If you're trying to decide between Weddington, Matthews, and Waxaw, you're already doing what most buyers do. You've narrowed it down to what some people call the good areas. But here's the problem. These three might all look similar on paper, but they live completely different day to day. And if you choose based on price or a home you saw online, you can end up in the wrong one really fast. So instead of listing pros and cons, I'm gonna break this down the way I do with my clients. By the end of this, one of these should clearly feel like the right fit for you. Quick gut check before we start. Do you want walkability, space, or something in between? Hold on to that, because that answer is going to guide everything. Let's start with Matthews. If you want something that feels established, convenient, and somewhat walkable, Matthews is usually where I start. You've got a defined downtown area, restaurants, coffee shops, local spots with easier access to Charlotte. This is one of the few areas where you can actually feel like you're part of a community and still have things to do nearby. Now the trade-off. Homes here are typically a little older than Waxhaw, not as large as Weddington, and there's more variation in the neighborhoods. But for a lot of people, that's worth it because you're not as spread out. So if you're thinking I want balance, I don't want to feel isolated, Matthews is usually a strong fit. Now Waxhaw feels very different. This is where you go when you want newer homes, planned communities, more space between you and everything else. A lot of the neighborhoods here are larger, more uniform, designed with families in mind, and from the home perspective, it's very appealing. But here's what you need to know. You're trading convenience. Things are more spread out, you're driving more, and it takes longer to get into Charlotte. So if your priority is, I want the house, the space, and the neighborhood feel, Waxhaw makes a lot of sense. But if you're someone who wants to quickly run out for coffee or for dinner, this can start to feel a little bit far. Now, Weddington is its own category. This is less about walkability and more about privacy, larger lots, higher-end homes. You're typically going to get more land, custom homes, a quieter, more tucked-away feel. This is where people go when they want the I don't want to feel like I'm in a neighborhood on top of everyone else. But the trade-off is very clear. There's basically no walkability. You're driving just about everywhere. And if you're paying the premium for that space and privacy, you need to make sure you keep your priority as give me the land, give me quiet, give me separation. And that is where Weddington will fit the bill. At this point, you're probably leaning towards one of these. I'm curious, which one are you leaning towards right now? Or what's the one thing you don't want to compromise on? Drop that in the comments because that usually determines the answer pretty quickly. Here's the simplest way to think about this. If you want walkability and convenience, go for Matthews. Newer homes and neighborhood feel, go for Waxhaw. Privacy and larger properties, go for Weddington. The mistake I see people make is trying to find all three in one place. It doesn't exist here. You're always choosing your priority. This is important. Most people don't regret the house they buy in these areas. They regret how it fits into their daily life. The drive gets old, the lack of nearby options becomes frustrating, or they wish they had more space. That's why this decision matters so much more than people expect. So instead of asking which one is better, ask yourself, do I want to be able to go out easily? Do I want newer, structured neighborhoods? Or do I want space and privacy above everything else? Your answer to that will point you directly to the right area. If you're deciding between these areas or trying to narrow it down even further, that's exactly what I help people to do every day. I'm Victoria, and I sell houses in Charlotte, North Carolina and the surrounding area. I go deeper into each of these locations on the channel, so make sure you subscribe if you're still exploring Charlotte. And if you want help figuring out which one actually fits your lifestyle, reach out. I'll help you break it down so you can make the right decision the first time. Let me help you find the right house to call a home.